Small.
Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
The ominous grinding continues, louder and louder, as our heroes, the Grim Guard, ascend through this otherwise unassuming mill. What was once a simple job, protect a small medical shop, has quickly spiraled out of control, all over a single pearl. Or so it seems. Beset by set on all sides, monkey tails clipped, and shivers up spines of all three. Our heroes gave chase to the fleeing set, a poor creature with pearl in hand and a single hit point to its name, back to Nagel's Mill. As the hoarfrost outside is quenched by the growing heat of the interior, our heroes manage to quickly dispose of a group of dancing set about a strangely out-of-place cannon. A cannon shortly realigned, not to face the entrance, but the stairs. With our heroes now on a short fuse, they ascend higher into the burbling heights of the mill in the world of MÖRK BORG. Welcome back to Tiny Table.
Bum. It's gonna change every time. One day you will join me.
Once more, here are our Grim Guard.
Qilnach of House Qilnach, the dad of Emma, Josh, and Rachel, the monkeys, played by Holly.
And I'm Skylar, playing Felban, the fucking dumb, troublesome gutter scum.
I am Arvent Torn, the heretical priest, played by Neo.
And as always, I am, will be, and have been Julian, your game mistress. Let's begin. We last left this Grim Guard on the very first floor of this mill. A subtle, pervasive grinding sound emits from the top floors as our heroes, now with 2 cannonballs and a short fuse all properly loaded into this jerry-rigged cannon, have pointed it at the base of the stairway that they now seek to ascend. Is there anything y'all need to do before heading up the stairs, or anything you want to let me know about the manner of your ascent? You are chasing after a lone set who had escaped from this cannoneering room, and of course still chasing the barely clinging to life set that has bestowed the curse upon you all.
I'm pretty hyped up on teen boy hormones and 3 kills, so I'm ready to get up these stairs.
Just give me a moment. I promise I'll be real quick. And I'm gonna go to the 2 set that we killed, and I'm gonna take out my crowbar and knock out as many of their teeth as I can for personal collection.
Cool.
I think Arvent is ready to go up there. I
Cool.
think we should...
I'll remind you, by the way, as the wielder of that lamp, you are foregoing your shield to do so.
Yes, he is gonna turn very quickly to Qilnach, and he says, "Don't ask, but I really need these teeth. Could you do me a favor, real quick?"
What can I do?
Yeah, just so I can use the crowbar better. Can you hold this? He hands over the lantern. Cool. He knocks the teeth out. Thanks, and he doesn't take it back.
Incredible. So you...
What do you do with the teeth?
What?
You asked that guy earlier for teeth, and now you're taking their teeth.
And he puts on a little ooh-woo pose. It's kind of embarrassing.
All right.
But you did kill 3 guys and help me a lot, so I'll... And you see out of his bag, he pulls out, in very shy fashion, several bracelets and a necklace made from teeth of various animals and people. It's just like, I get bored sometimes, we all need a hobby. Sometimes they're really pretty. I thought I was gonna make some for both of you for traveling with me. I thought you might want like some friendship bracelets.
I am looking at him with the judgment and disgust only a 13-year-old could give an adult man. Okay.
Felban, these are so lovely. You are a talented craftsman. Looks like you've got something rattling around in that big old head of yours.
You think my head's big?
The tension is crazy.
With that, our intrepid
Guards.
folks,
Grim guard.
the Grim Guard, ascend
Or
the
intrepid
stairways.
interlopers.
I'm going to say that Qilnach is first up the stairs, Arvent is in the middle, and Felban is in the back, given the established dynamic of that scene. And now you, the one leading up the stairs, is the one holding the lantern, which is very suitable. This will, while the lantern is in hand, you'll not be able to shoot. A lantern can be set down upon the ground if needs be, of course. But to do so in the heat of combat might require a roll to make sure you don't spill it.
Yeah, makes sense.
That lets you re-equip your shield. Are you doing so?
Yeah.
Very, very sneaky of you.
He's lazy. He doesn't want to carry it.
I love it. You make your ways up the stairs. You're the one leading the charge. You're heading up there pretty swiftly, right? Cool.
My monkey's in danger.
That is so true, bestie. As you make your way up the stairs, could I have a presence check from you, please?
I would love to. Nat 20.
Oh my god.
Natural
Plus-
20.
Plus 2 for 22 if it
Yo,
matters.
What do your
I-
little boy eyes see?
Hyped up on
Under
those
my,
little boy
I also
verticals.
like my overgrown like bowl cut is coming to like right about like my mid eye, but it means that I'm. You know how like when one sense dull. Oh, I only also have one eye. You know when one sense dulls, that the other gets quite sharp.
You tilt your head back so you can just like see under like the ridge of your bowl cut.
Much as I love all these eye descriptions, it is your ears that aid you in this situation.
One sense
Even
dolls.
more, one sense gone, the other sharp.
Daredevil moment. As you prepare to return to Hell's Kitchen, your ears alert you of incoming danger as you hear kind of a shuffling sound and a brief bit of friction of wood on stone before it is lifted off, and you hear that friction end. A quick scuttling of set feet from above you, and with a natural 20, I'm not even going to have you make an agility roll. You fully move backwards out of the way as a set with, you can see in your lamplight, because you're close enough to it, the word unlucky is written on its forehead, rounds the corner with a bucket full of black liquid and whoosh, splooshes it forward, intending to cover you with it, but you are too quick and too adept and are backwards out of the way as you're like near the top of the stairs as it does. It's like rounding the corner at the top landing. And your allies are just behind you and a little too covered by you to be in the range of this. But you can see your eyes kind of just eye level above the landing to see into the room above. An acrid gaseous stench hits your nostrils. The grinding from above gets louder and louder still. And perched atop a couple different bookshelves around the exterior lining of the room, you see two set, both in kind of crouched positions, both with bows drawn with the tips of their wooden arrows lit aflame, illuminating them. The room is centered on a large container of black liquid, evidently the same as from the bucket of Mr. Unlucky, as there are two other buckets also filled with this liquid put right next to it. And I'm going to have everyone make their initiative rolls right now. D6 plus agility.
Oh.
3.
Ooh, that's gonna be a 6 total. No, wait, 7 total.
Wow.
Wunderbar.
4.
Felban is up absolutely first. One more thing to elaborate. The one who had fled from you is currently in the center of the room, one arm, like its whole arm deep in the big bucket container in the center, the container full of black liquid. It is like rooting around, swirling its arm in the liquid like it is searching for something. So 4 total set in the room. Mr. Unlucky right in front of you with the bucket at the top of the stairs, 2 primed with arrows already lit, and the one who fled from the floor below, rooting around in the container in the center. And there is, of course, on the opposite end of you, a continuation of a stairway going upwards further still to a closed door, the first door you've seen here in the interior.
Oh my god, this is... How... So, is this like just a straight, narrow hallway?
I mean, you're on the next floor,
Yeah.
so you are on the stairs right...
Oh, and there's like and it's like the floors are round, right?
Yeah, these
like
are all round
circular?
floors. These are spiral staircases along the exterior.
Okay.
But wide enough stairs that you could push past your allies to get up into the room, if needs be.
I've got a sneaking suspicion that this black gunk is flammable. Could I take the lantern back? Yes, that's what I wanted to do. Can I take the lantern back and try to throw it into the pot of black goo on the other side?
Incredible. Give me it'll be presence. Give me a presence check, please, for the hucking of this oil lamp.
All right, -2 because of gutter scum. Oh no, that's only a 4.
4 total. It's a presence check.
4 + 2 for 6.
6. Let's see. I was gonna have this be DR 12 for normal because you are kind of having to muscle by and make a bit of an evasive maneuver to do so. You do grab the lamp and you do throw it, and it lands and spills just its oil a little bit on the floor. And I think in the doing of it, the light goes out because it's gone sideways and it's all spilled.
Yeah.
It's not broken, but it is upended. That light goes out. The only light now in the room are the glimmers of fire on the tips of the arrows of the 2 set on the bookshelves.
All right, we tried. Sorry, gang.
Speaking of those set, we're about to enter a world of fun because they're both up next before Arvent and Qilnach. So one of them is going to shoot. They're each going to shoot at one of the 2 visible people. So the only one out of line of sight for them is Arvent. So one will shoot at you, one will shoot at you. Agility rolls for both of you against a DR 14, 12 for Skylar.
I should brought my torch.
Ooh, 13.
17.
13 and 17. You both succeed.
Yes.
Both of you
Let's go.
backwards, and the flaming arrows both clatter against the walls and go down. I'm going to randomize which ones extinguish.
Oh.
Let's see. I'm going to say on a 5 or a 6, they stay lit. Anything else, they go out because it's only the very tip of the wood that's lit and they're flying through the air. First one goes out. Second one remains lit. So there's a tiny bit of light here right at the base of the stairs, but the far end of the room is cast in darkness and cannot be seen. Up next is Arvent.
I don't have my torch, right?
You have it on your person, but it's not lit.
Great. I'm gonna light it with that little piece of fire from that arrow.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it. You swipe it a little. I think it's a tiny bit of fire, so it would take a little bit of time to light. Can you think of any way to make it catch more immediately?
Wasn't there flammable stuff right there?
On the floor near you.
Yeah.
As you run, like...
As I run, I'm just gonna...
Yeah, it's like right in front of you.
Drag my torch
Slurp
along.
it, slam it down. No roll needed now for a quick catch for good use of the environment. Your torch is lit, and you bathe the room in light once more. Qilnach, you're up.
Okay, so it's bathed in light.
So you can see everything now.
I want to pick up the lantern, relight it with now the lit torch. Is that too much?
I think a little too much for one turn, just because not only is it doused, like to light a properly lit and oiled lantern would be your turn, but this is also like all its oil has spilled out over the flat floor it's gonna take some time to like get this consolidated.
Cool. I'll just stab Unlucky.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Well, I guess in theory, but I rolled a 9 plus 1 is 10.
He's unlucky, but he's lucky enough.
Yeah.
And you are unable to land the hit. It is
It's
Unlucky's
too
turn.
slippery.
Whoa.
Oh,
Unlucky scrambles backwards and looking up at the ones up on the bookshelves. They're already both drawing new arrows from between their teeth. They hold all their arrows in their closed mouths, threaded between sharpened fangs. And it is met by a steely gaze. Does it commit to its unlucky job, or does it cut and run? It cuts and runs back to the oil in the center of the room, and instead of grabbing a bucket, it starts rooting around in the oil like its buddy, who is also similarly rooting around. Let me see, with them working together, with the buddy also swirling the oil around, the one next to him kind of like starts muscling and jostling up against him, and they're both kind of like fighting in their search for whatever's in this oil. Felban, you're up.
I think I'm gonna go after. I think I'm gonna pull out the bear staff and try to swing at one of these bow wielders, if I can.
So they are up on top of pretty tall bookshelves.
Oh, JK, I'll just go after the ones rooting around then.
Cool.
All right.
Going for unlucky or going for the fleer from the floor below?
I gotta go for unlucky.
For unlucky.
It's look, their fate was ordained.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a 19
Holy moly.
on the dice. It's gonna be for a D6.
For unlucky.
It's so unfortunate. That's only a 1.
And that's a 0 with its 1 damage reduction.
Damn.
Unlucky is a little lucky.
At least a little lucky.
We'll see how unlucky is by the end of all things. The two up top, they are quite incensed at the whole situation. Let's see how they handle it. First one, second one. One of them spends its turn with a little bit of like fire steel at its side, like lighting its next arrow. The other one is like, heck with it. I'm just gonna shoot the arrow. I don't care about the fire. And is going to shoot at you because you're the easiest target, Felban.
All right.
Agility.
16.
16. The arrow bloop, goes right in the oil. Arvent, you are up. You hold the torch in hand. Currently, 2 of these set root around in the oil in the center of the room, while the other 2 are still atop bookshelves. One of them now with a flaming arrow.
Could I put my lit torch to the oil to set it ablaze?
Yep.
While the other 2 are rooting around.
This is not something that you can fail to do. I will still have you make an agility check to see if you can do it before they realize what you're doing and pull their arms out.
Great. Oh. Well, that counts.
Beautiful.
17.
17.
Plus 1.
Arvent, with an 18, surges forward and slams the torch into the oil, and the entire room, if I said it was bathed the night before, it's taken a damn bath now, because, oh boy, it is a small inferno in this room as the whole oil container goes up in flames. That's gonna be, would you roll me a D8 fire damage to these putzes?
7.
Let's see if either of them live. Unlucky is dead. Nice. The other one barely yanks its arm out in time with 2 damage reduction. It's alive with 1 hit point, but Unlucky is absolutely toast immediately as he goes up in flames, whereas the other yelps and pulls its arm away, and it is like on fire, and will need to spend its entire turn just getting the oil off to make sure it doesn't die. Qilnach, you're up.
Qilnach, a greedy little boy, he wants to know what they were rooting around for in there. And so he'll go and run up to that set, and he'll try to stab it, putting a knife to their throat. I mean, what was in there?
Okay.
I get a 12.
12. You know what? I'll say this thing is really occupied with trying to keep itself from burning to death. I don't think it's quite as quick as it normally is, so I'll let the 12 hit as it would for a normal enemy.
3 damage.
This thing cannot live. It has 1 hit point remaining with possible damage reduction of only 2.
I'm like pressing the knife to it, so like, what was in there?
So you're wanting to not slay it.
No,
you're wanting to,
I still want to slay it, but I wanted its final words to be telling me what was in there.
Well, you'll here is your answer. These things do not talk.
And I slice through its esophagus.
So that one's dead. Felban, you are up.
I would like to climb up the bookshelf to where the one who lit their arrow aflame is, and just can I just push them into the giant flaming pot?
Give me a strength check, please.
I'm gonna roll with this other dice. We're just gonna see what's up. I'm so glad I did. That's a 19 on the die.
You scramble your way up to the top, give a colossal heaving shove, and into the exploding oil. Roll me a d8.
D8. I love. You love a D8.
And honestly, he's falling into it. Roll twice and take the higher result.
Oh my god. Oh, thank you, Dungeon Mistress. 7 is the higher result.
7 is the higher result. Does it barely live? No, it dies horribly. Alrighty, the one you were going for, was it the one on the left or the one on the right? The one on the left is the one with the lit arrow.
The one with the lit arrow.
Cool.
So, is gonna turn to Arvent and say, the only thing that burns harder than this cauldron right now is my passion.
For what?
Whatever you want.
Wow.
The tension is palpable.
Is it crazy?
This last one is looking to flee, and on its turn, it is going to bound down from its shelf and head not for the stairs upwards, but for the stairs heading downwards, and is like sprinting across the room, fleeing as fast as it can. It will not be an impediment to your progress, but it has shot at Felban,
Shot at me.
and I think at Arvent.
I think it
Arvent was out of the way at the beginning.
Yeah, you were.
it either shot at me twice or
They shot one at each of us. I just don't know if.
We just don't know which was which.
It's just little
I think
buddies
this
shot
one
us
shot
twice.
once at each of y'all.
All right.
So it is still a carrier of the curse in this regard. Arvent is up first. This thing is like heading down the stairs.
I'll swing at it with my axe.
You are holding a torch in one hand and a shield in the other.
I'll drop the shield and swing at it with my hand axe.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Would it be possible to... Ooh.
16.
That'll do it. Roll me some damage.
In future instances, would it be possible to swing at it with the torch?
Yes, doesn't do as much damage though.
Lovely.
That is 3 damage to it after its damage mitigation. It's bloodied and looking bad. Qilnach, you're up next.
I will knock an arrow to hopefully kill it. Ooh, kill him.
Qilnach.
That is 15 plus 2, 17.
That'll hit.
That's...
That'll be
Nice.
4 damage.
Reduced by 1 is 3. 3 more damage is just enough to kill it
Yeah.
right before it can flee down the stairs. Be beautiful. The last of the set.
It's a
fall
headshot.
Dead.
Felban will turn to Qilnach. I see why they named you that now. It makes sense. That is why you were named Qilnach, right? Because you kill when you knock an arrow?
No, it
What do you-
means sunshine and Sudglanian.
Oh, they, I'm called Felban because when I was born, I fell in a bin.
What?
A tear rolls down his cheek.
Which you cannot see because of the mask.
Yeah, because you cannot see because of all the bandages.
Incredible. Y'all have come back to a stillness. The room is an absolute inferno of heat right now. It's hot in here, as the oil burns and burns and burns. There are a variety of bookshelves in the room, 3 of them across various walls of the room, a staircase leading upwards to a closed door, the trail of blood that y'all have been following, and this trail of blood has not yet had a split. There's like old, dried red blood as well as fresh, black, set blood. These two trails are the same trail at this point, and they have been going in a spiral up the stairs and continue thusly wise.
I would love to set up some sort of goofy ass what are the like Rube Goldberg machine where if we run down we can set off a series of triggers to get the oil to spill behind us, and just set like another layer of if we have to run down, we're setting this floor on fire, we're shooting a cannonball up the stairs. But I think that is probably unlikely.
Is that
so
in
we
the
should go to
module?
smarter.
Is that in the module, Julian?
It's right there. It even mentions Felban by name. It's like if Felban's feeling antsy, he can create a quote Rube Goldberg machine.
I mean, all the oil's in like a...
It's a big vat in the middle on fire, and there's two smaller buckets on the side that are just far enough away that they haven't ignited.
I'm gonna put my hand in and see if there was anything in it. Like, what could they be rooting?
I think it's still on fire.
Hand in the fire?
Sorry, are they all on fire?
So the big central vat is what they were reaching around inside, and that is on fire.
Oh.
The two little like handheld like water buckets on the side are also full of the stuff, and they are just far enough away that they are not lit.
Probably refill your spilled oil lamp.
Oh,
some oil.
Yeah,
Very
let's,
true.
let's do that.
Easily
Let's do
refilled.
that.
Your oil lamp is now refilled.
Yeah, and I can
relit.
grab the oil lamp because I feel like that's easier to put down than the torch.
Totally.
So
Great.
we'll do that.
Do you wanna
Thank you,
extinguish
Qilnach.
your torch and refocus on your hand axe?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Alrighty, so
With
hand
that-
axe and shield, staff and shield, and
Knife and lantern.
knife and lantern. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Lovely.
And I will. Is there a window in this room?
There are no windows save for the very first floor. So I will say
I
smoke
will-
is also starting to...
Oh, great.
Over time, it will become more and more of a factor. We're still like within a minute of this being lit.
I'm gonna go down
Let's-
one more time and out the window. Emma, Josh, Rachel, and go back up. And then I'm like, all right, guys, go back.
Cool.
The cavalry's on its way.
I think Arvent will ask,
Qilnach, can I borrow your arrow and bow, since you are to be holding the lantern and knife? I'm finding my hand axe a little lacking.
Yeah, of course. You can go. And I'll unload my bow. It does a D6, and I think I have 6 arrows left now.
Beautiful.
Oh, could we take some arrows from the set?
Roll me a D4 to see how many are left on the one that didn't fall into the fire.
All right, lovely. 1.
One more.
Great. Hey,
7.
important.
Love it.
perfect.
Love it. Actually, come to think of it, beyond arrows, let's see if they have anything else on their person, because these things do generally tend to have little like belts with pouches and the like on them.
They are funky little guys.
Engage us in the loot system.
Roll me D66. So you roll 2 D6s, and 1 is the tens place, 1's the ones place.
Whoa, okay. We'll do black is the tens, blue is the singles.
Cool.
So that's 46.
46. There was something very wrong with this one. You grab the arrow and you're like, surely this thing's got some more, and as you turn it over, your hands are covered as you like grab its back and turn. Something lukewarm, brown, and caustic. You take 3 damage from this acidic excretion of this rotting corpse, and you will smell terrible for a day.
That's not loot, Julian.
I have pulled from the corpse plundering table.
Not loot.
If this isn't a MÖRK BORG ass loot, I don't know what is.
Brown goop that makes you stink.
Honestly, not much has changed.
Oh my god, wait, did you roll a bin of shit? That's
The tear, the single tear.
Seeing that happen, I'm not gonna touch any more of the corpses. Let's keep going.
Totally. Do you want to take a chance to catch your breath and see if you can heal that back?
Yeah.
Roll me a d4, you'll heal that much.
Oh, lovely. 1.
Heal 1.
It's something.
That's crazy, dude. I thought my country falling into the ocean was cringe. Learned a whole new level.
Oh no.
I used to like you. I thought you were so nice until like 2 kills ago.
I throw up 2 peace signs. Let's go. I have too much confidence for a 13-year-old.
Anything else we're doing here in this room?
Is there any type of check to see if there's maybe anything important? Should I make like a presence check?
Give me a presence check as you look around.
In the meantime, Felban is gonna scratch out the name Qilnach on a tooth necklace that he so lovingly carved.
Oh no.
13.
13. The only other major point of interest in the room are the various bookshelves that line the walls. Giving them kind of a quick look over, there's some books on them, and there's also more bottles. These ones are consistently red. They're like red liquid. Little stopper bottles of red liquid. And then there's also a collection of various books and scrolls and treatises.
Man, what the hell is this guy making? Alright.
Any of the scrolls spell scrolls?
You take kind of a look through them. It doesn't seem like any of them include powers. The majority of them seem to detail like different alchemical recipes. You need to take some more time with them to really get into the weeds of it. But you do, in your kind of immediate notice, there are 2 different like recurring handwriting styles you're seeing.
Well, onwards and upwards.
Beautiful. Who's leading the march up the stairs to
I
the
guess
3rd floor?
Me, because I have the lantern.
Love it. You get up to the top of the stairs and this door is locked.
Hey, don't even worry about it, bitches. I had brought lockpicks. I'm gonna try my hand at
This shall be an
unlock
agility
this.
check. An agility check.
Oh hell yeah, it will. Let's go. That's 18 plus 2's dirty 20.
Incredible. You get up there, and before the smoke can become a major problem in this room, you are able to open up the lock, and the door is available to you.
Who's cringe now? Punk couldn't even open a door.
The tension is palpable.
Beautiful.
Are you negging me?
You're 13 and I don't want to think about the implications of
Yeah, I
it.
was gonna say that's not cool, dude.
You're getting canceled.
We head through the door.
Alright. You head through to a room beyond, illuminated by the lantern's light. A room with a series of tables atop them, bubbling beakers. And you are now high enough as the grinding continues to increase in its volume and its severity. You need to like talk at a pretty high volume just to be able to hear each other at this point. The room is like shaking a little bit from whatever is above. And you can tell from the movement of the ceiling, the floor above you. The room has no set within it. Just these 2 huge tables. They're covered in various smashed bottles and scattered reagents and solutions and various bubbling concoctions. There is near kind of like in between the 2 tables, but on the floor, there's a huge puddle of amber orange goo that is like foaming and spreading a little bit, kind of underneath the tables. There are 3 shelves, all of them pretty immediately within the light, filled to the brim with more of the bright green curative that has been sold by Nagel that you have been certifying at the door. The bloody trail weaves. This is the one point where it kind of breaks. The red human trail like goes through, it's dried blood, it goes through in between the tables, around and to the staircase on the far end up to the top floor. The fresher black blood trail like goes like up onto the tables and across and over, as the way between the tables is now like bubbling goo.
So we should like take this cure, right?
I mean, yeah, this shit sells for a fortune.
I slurp it.
Slurped. One moment.
I think we all take a slurp of that Gert.
Alrighty.
And I'd like to put some in the water skin for Josh.
Cool.
Oh.
Oh, I love that. Would you each roll me a d6, please?
Yeah.
1.
1.
4.
Cool. You all drink it. It has an acrid, bitter taste to it. It is not an enjoyable drink. You do feel this kind of like lightening on your heart a little bit. You feel like a little spring in your step, a little better. Those are from the shelf that is nearest to the stairs. To get from one side of the room to the other, like you're gonna need to like go through the room, and there's this big bubbling ooze on the ground. So contend with that as you will. Is there anything else you want to do vis-a-vis, like would that you can do near the stairs of the entrance, or are you heading more into the room proper to investigate the tables?
I want to investigate.
Cool.
Felban would also like to fill his water pouch, not because he's gonna give it to anyone, but like this shit sells well, might as well preserve as much of it as we can before this whole place goes up in flames.
Totally. You're investigating the tables, yes? Alrighty. You head up close to the tables and give me a presence check.
Okay. That is going to be 17.
17. As you get nearer to the tables and prepare to give them all a look over, the room's shaking itself makes it difficult to, like, from a distance, be able to just identify what any one thing is, because everything's kind of dancing a little bit. But you grok as you get closer that beneath the table, this like very slow expansion of the bubbling goo that just kind of looks like it's just like spilling outwards, classic fluid dynamics. You see that there's kind of a hitch in its movement as you get nearer, like a cat that's like getting ready to pounce, and you are ready for it when it suddenly surges forward. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative
Oh man.
against the goo.
Ooh, finally. 6.
Also 6.
5.
Very nice. So I'm gonna say you're closest to it, so I'll have you go first. So Qilnach, then Felban, then Arvent. As the ooze surges forward, you are stabbing it with your knife?
Yeah,
Cool.
stab the goo. That's a 2 on the die for 3.
I ain't much. And as you stab forth, the room continues to jostle and shake. And Felban, you are up next. The ooze recoils as you stab towards it, and your dagger just clinks off the ground.
My instinct is to fight goo with goo and try to spit at it, but that probably is not going to do anything if I had to guess. Yeah, so I'll
Not many eyes to blind for this thing.
Damn,
Yeah,
goo on goo
I'll go for
violence.
my sling. I'll try to shoot this thing at a distance. Can I, instead of loading it with a rock, could I just load it with like a random vial?
The ones you're standing next to are all the cure. Are you trying to grab something off the table?
Sure.
Okay. It's a small enough room. I'd say that's possible.
Yeah, well,
Roll me a d4 for what you're throwing at it.
All right. It's a 1.
Cool.
But I'm gonna miss regardless. That's only a 4.
4.
6 total, but
You grab a vial of kind of burbling liquid, load it in the sling, and whoosh, and it splatters all over the far wall, and you see a little bit of the stone start to melt to the acidic impact. Arvent.
Did I notice what color that vial was?
The vial that he just grabbed was a fairly clear liquid.
Do I see any of that on the table again?
There's more of it, yeah.
I want to grab it and...
None that's close, none that you'd have to get over the ooze to get to the rest of it, because it's all on the far end of the table.
Okay. I think instead, Arvent had good luck with setting things on fire. Arvent's gonna light the tip of the arrow on fire and then shoot that at the goo.
So who's got the fire source?
I do.
You do.
I
So
technically have fire steel in my pocket.
yeah. So the action of like we showed with the set in the last fight, lighting the thing is its own action in the turn.
Great.
So do you want to that you're spending the turn like getting the thing lit and ready?
Unless I could do that, unless I could light it from the lantern and then shoot. Nah. It's
If you had the lantern in hand, or if it was right next to you, completely static, I'd allow that to not take like your turn's stuff, but not really feasible when it's in someone else's hands.
I'll spend this turn lighting the arrow tip.
Cool. You head on over. You feed it into the lantern as Qilnach kind of reels backwards and poof, light an arrow and prepare it as the ooze burbles forwards. It's gonna go for. I think you're still the closest, and you're the one that kind of triggered it, and it's pretty mindless. So it's gonna go for you. Agility, please.
Yes. That is going to be a 16.
Wonderful. It surges forward with a glopping sploosh, and you and frankly all of you kind of pinwheel backwards as quick as you can to avoid it from melting your shoes.
Stay away from me.
Top of the order, it's Qilnach.
I'm gonna stab it again. That is an 18.
18's gonna hit. Roll me that damage.
That is 2.
2, reduced by 2. It. Your dagger kind of slides through the ooze and does nothing to it as the ooze instantaneously reforms. It is gooey.
Come
tough
on,
to damage.
dude.
Come on.
Felban.
I'm gonna try to grab a different color vial
Alrighty.
and load it in. So that's a 2 this time.
Very cool. You grab kind of a darker liquid.
All right. Ooh, that's much better. 17 on the die, plus 2 for 19.
Definitely hits. Roll your damage for your sling.
All right. 2.
2, reduced by 1, so it's taken 1 damage.
All right.
And an absolutely disgusting smell issues forth as it impacts. I need everybody to roll a toughness check.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, no.
It's 11. 12 minus 1.
11.
11. 7. DR for this was 12. Each and every one of you is stunned by the absolutely noxious and foul fumes.
Well,
But I
then.
shall also roll and just see if this thing. I'm thinking for the ooze, I think it's pretty resilient to such things as an ooze itself, but let's see if this messes with its chemical composition at all. Needed to get pretty low to fail. With a 12, it's gonna be fine.
What does that mean for us?
So, Felban's turn's over, Arvent's turn is skipped, and as you are all kind of stunned, I'm gonna say it'll randomize the target. It's gonna be Arvent, but it is going to surge towards you, and I'm gonna say that the DR for defending yourself is too higher because your muscles are like locking up. So an agility roll from you, please.
Man.
That is
A nat 1. Does anyone have any omens left?
Omenless.
No, we cooked them all in the second episode.
Ooh, Arvent. Okay, a nat 1, a critical failure. Ooh, on defense. Ooh, so your armor is sundered. So what type of armor are you wearing?
medium.
So it is now considered light. You subtracted D2 from the impact of the damage. So now roll me a D2 for your damage reduction on this.
D2?
Just roll a D4, for example, and a 1 and a 2 is a 1, and a 3 and a 4 is a 2.
Does this thing also get double damage? Like,
Yeah.
you can completely sunder your shield to negate this also. So like you can sacrifice your shield permanently to take nothing depending on how bad this damage is.
It is 4 incoming damage.
I mean, could they roll the D2 first?
Yeah. So 1 plus 1 from your shield. So there'll be 2 damage.
I can live with 2 damage.
That's,
Yeah, okay.
That could have been
Yeah.
16 damage. 4 is super okay.
Yeah, I'll be so honest.
That was
I
a
thought
heart
that
attack
was
moment.
gonna be like pretty bad.
That was it was not even possible. It was mathematically around half chance that Arvent was going to die in one hit there.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
full health. So
And that's MÖRK BORG.
very lucky. That's MÖRK BORG.
Putting the Merc into MÖRK BORG.
Holy moly! Good luck. Your shield remains, but your armor is sundered.
I was gonna have light armor to start with anyway.
Yeah, you know what?
So your defense DR is still 2 higher because it's still the weight of medium armor. It's just the effective defense of light armor. So it is still weighing you down for agility for defending yourself.
Arvent, no.
Arvent, no. Yeah, that'll do it. Qilnach, you miss your turn now from the stun, and Felban, we're back to you, and you can and you miss your turn from your stun because it was at the end of your turn, and Arvent, you're up.
Okay.
Oh wait, so first top of the round. Ooh. Sky, let's have you be the one to roll a d4 for this.
Ooh, with pleasure. I love D4s. That's 4.
As the room kind of bubbles and shakes, another vial is knocked off of the table and shatters, and a sickly, sweet smell goes out absolutely in all directions. There is no save on this one because everyone heals 4 HP. Incredible luck. It's the only good one.
Oh my god.
Nice.
That is
Qilnach,
incredible luck.
the untouched.
Holy
just
cow.
enjoys the smell.
Holy cow, it just smells great. It's super sweet. Arvent, you're up, and then it'll be the ooze.
I'm gonna fire my flaming arrow at the ooze.
Ooze.
Damn it. Miss.
Straight through. Ooze time, baby. I don't think it liked... actually, no, this thing is mindless. It randomizes its target every round. What am I saying? It's Qilnach this time. Please roll defense, agility.
That is going to be 16.
16, you are able to avoid its acidic splash. And Qilnach, you yourself are up.
And I'm going to try to stab it. That is going to be 19 to hit.
Get it.
3 damage.
3 damage. -1 for 2 damage. This thing has taken a few hits, but it is definitely quite resilient, this ooze. Felban, what you gonna do?
Okay. We're playing with fire too much here. I'm just gonna try to swing at it with my bear staff.
So fair, bestie. Oh wait, you did damage to it. You're the first one to do damage to it in melee. Roll me a strength save. Strength test, real quick.
Okay.
Keep that roll, Sky.
Yes.
18.
Cool, your dagger does not get stuck.
Oh, thank God.
12?
12 hits.
Oh, these guys don't have the
Yep, they're
plus
not quick.
from the lovely. So that's D6. Oh,
1, it does not take damage.
1.
But damageless means no chance for sticking.
Oh, lovely.
Arvent, you're up.
All right, I guess I will just hit it with a regular arrow because I don't want to waste any more time trying to set it on
fair.
fire.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Oh wait, I have a +2 presence. That is a 12.
Beautiful. This thing is also
Yes.
slow. It's actually only a DR10 to hit this
Oh.
thing. It's not come up yet, but
Okay,
but
awesome.
good to know.
All right. That's a 3.
3 -1 is 2 more damage. This thing is starting to look properly diminished, but unlike other creatures, this thing does not make morale rolls. It's just ooze.
Yeah.
It does not know to cut and run. It doesn't know anything.
It's just a ooze.
It's just the ooze.
Green fuck. You remind me of the shit that I was born into. Oh, I can't taunt this thing? Well, never mind.
Agility roll for Qilnach to avoid its attack.
I think it's orange.
Nat 1.
Oh boy. Oh,
Not
and you don't have a
again.
shield. Oh no.
No.
Oh, Qilnach. Oh, that is 10 damage.
Oh my god.
So what's your armor?
My armor is light.
So minus D2, so roll a D2. Or no, it sunders your armor, so you don't get any damage reduction. So it's 10 damage unmitigated.
I hate to say this. They called the monkeys earlier. They don't listen to them. What do we have to roll for a clutch monkey moment?
Clutch monkey moment. Just gotta roll pretty lucky for that. Let me think. What's your health total? Like
6.
6. Yeah, so you're completely smoked.
Oh my god.
Someone's smoking this team.
This poor boy. Well, we are here to demonstrate the MÖRK BORG experience.
Oh my God.
So in this moment, Qilnach, who easily has the highest kill count
Yes.
so far and is the wizard supreme of violence, what are his last thoughts as he is instantaneously engulfed by acidic alchemical ooze?
I point to you both and say, You inherit my debt.
Debt forgiven. And by forgiven, I mean given to other schmucks. Truly dying like a noble. You both see this 13-year-old child get completely melted.
I think Arvent just lets out like a really horrendous scream, this haunting wail.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
As youth is snuffed before her eyes.
My God.
There goes that character sheet.
Good night, sweet prince.
So Holly has something to do. Can they play as Josh
no,
for the rest of the session?
I've got a plan. Don't you worry.
I was also just gonna make wonderful witty commentary like all the viewers wanted.
Yay! Alrighty, Felban, you're up.
Ignited by truly just the
feel-
apathy of bummer.
You're gonna feel really bad now that you didn't give me that friendship bracelet. Maybe if I had the armor of the teeth.
Oh no.
R.I.P. I guess that's just how it goes sometimes. He's feeling certainly conflicted about this, but we're just gonna swing with my bear staff against the slime. That is so unfortunate. Just a 7.
Not enough. Arvent.
I'm gonna lock another arrow at that frickin' slime.
Beautiful.
Damn it.
Not even close. Jeez Louise. Oh, this thing is really moving and schmoving. It is going to lurch forth at Felban.
The corpse of Qilnach!
Pointed at Holly, and Qilnach is no longer here.
It's crazy. Last time we played MÖRK BORG 2 years ago, my character died.
This is also true.
7.
7, you are going to be hit by its acid splash.
All right.
Ooh, man, it rolled max damage too. From 8.
You also have a shield.
Even with my damage, I only have 2 points of damage reduction, so I'll sacrifice my whole shield.
It goes forth with a killer's urge. You let the shield go and it eats the shield instead of eating you.
This thing's attacking pretty mindlessly, right? You want to run down the stairs?
Pick up the boy.
Oh,
There's not much boy left. It's acid.
well, I'll do so.
Okay. It's acid, but it's not like he's instantly bones. Like he's
He looks bad.
he looks bad, but so it would hurt you to grab him, but he is still a body that can be grabbed.
I'm too lazy to be doing any of that nonsense. I'm just gonna try to smack the ooze. We gotta deal with problem 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Unnatural, gosh darn 20. That sunders its only resistance. Double this damage.
It's only 2, but double to 4.
It's got 1 hit point left. Oh no. But it no longer has any damage reduction. Any hit will kill it.
I'm gonna go for it again, I guess.
Can't pick it up, but we can still avenge him.
You're shooting or slamming?
I'm shooting because my presence has a higher hit ratio.
Yes.
18
The
for a
arrow
dirty 20.
flies,
Let's-
and as it impacts, the acid burbles, twists, and then across the far end of the room, revealing the boy. The body still there, and dispelled within the same round. So I'm gonna say still like dead, but still physically intact for the most part.
Okay.
Skin's rough.
So I see Qilnach on the floor. I drag his body out of the ooze, and I pull back my obscurative fur hood, and I remove my bone visor, and you see my face for the first time. My skin is so pale, it looks almost blue. My eyes are so wide and piercing that they look white, and my hair is so golden it almost shines as like my maddening gaze intensifies, and I pull out a scroll from my bag, and I read from the scroll of unmet fate.
Roll me a presence check, please. Ooh, boy, you want to roll good.
What the fuck?
DR12. Come on, dude.
Oh, no, I have a
8.
+2 presence.
8 plus 2 is a 10, so you will fail. So the power does not work. You lose D2 hit points. So first of all, you didn't roll yet to determine how many times you can try to cast powers per day, right?
No, not yet.
So roll me a D4 right now. One. So you have 1 casting left per day. You are now dizzy. You take 2 damage, unavoidable.
Okay.
The power fails.
Damn it.
And you are dizzy. While dizzy, you may still attempt to cast powers, but if you fail, they fail catastrophically. So you can try and push it. You can go once more.
Oh.
Is the scroll still intact?
Yeah, it doesn't destroy the scroll. It just fails
Don't
to
you
cast.
know I'm a horrible gambling addict?
Yeah.
And I must up the
Never
ante.
end on a loss, boys.
Never end on a
Always
loss.
gamble, always win.
Always win.
Let's do it again.
I was gonna offer, but I gotta let you have this.
Come on.
This is your moment. Oh wait, before you do, Felban is gonna come up to you. It's like, I don't really get your obsession with the youth, and we kind of started off on a wrong foot. But I feel like we've been growing something, and so this will never fit around my head as it is comically large, like you pointed it out. But I think it's gonna fit perfect around yours. He's gonna hand you one of his human teeth necklaces
To go with the bone visor.
Yeah.
You've got this. It matches your aesthetic.
Thank you.
Here we go, winging a prayer. The same exact die roll. It goes catastrophically wrong.
No.
Neo's walked out to another room.
Oh, baby. So first things first. First things you're going to do is you're going to roll me a d20.
Putting this dice in.
Yeah, that die goes in the punishment bowl for sure. Oh, I'm
Here.
so glad we get to roll on the Arcane Catastrophes
Would you
table
like-
at some time this game.
Would you like one of my die?
Grumble.
It's not fair, because to make a successful adventure, you need semi-lucky rolls, and I roll like ass no matter what.
This podcast will genuinely be a great logistical chronicle of your level of dice luck, because I feel like we're certifying it a little. So first, roll a d20, and this one is great. Hey, high and low doesn't matter. This is just a table of things. 7, 1 lower than the number you just rolled twice in a row. Cool. This is very fitting as a result. So you push it. Hopeless gambling addict that you are. And your perfect porcelain skin tatters like paper. Your youthful flesh melts like wax. And your intestines bloat like balloons, bursting all over the room until all that is left of you is a walking, talking, still functioning skeleton.
Oh, all bones! No bones about it, baby! I turn into bones?
You are only bones. This is the best game ever made.
Well, at least I won't have to worry about moisturizer.
Arvent, are you okay? You look like you caught a femur.
In the whistle,
Sorry, that wasn't very humorous.
in the whistle of the wind, you hear.
Yeah, I'm kind of a bonehead for that one.
Oh, man.
I couldn't save him. And I couldn't save myself.
To be continued.
It's a stretch.
Oh, man.
Incredible.
Well,
Is the scroll still there?
I mean, yeah.
I'm conflicted. I don't really want to do this, but
Oh my goodness, are you gonna try it?
yeah, I mean, might as well. I haven't tried any powers yet. Let's
So
give it
roll
a
me a
shot.
d4 and add your presence. What's your presence modifier?
+2.
All right, roll me a d4.
Oh, that's that's a D6.
3. So you have the ability to cast up to 5 powers per day.
Damn.
Hell yeah!
So you're grabbing the scroll. Roll me a presence check.
Alright, here we go. It's 8.
It's
+2.
Same.
But I also get ±2 on the DCs for all presence
Let
checks.
me read that again. Stealthy. All presence and agility tests have their DR reduced by 2. Normal tests are DR 10 instead of DR 12.
So an 8 plus 2 for my presence is DR 10.
The same number. The same modifier. But when it's Felban, it just might work.
And that's the power of friendship. The power of Felban.
Power of making so many teeth necklaces. Let us read this power. So, first things first.
Yeah, Felban didn't read it. Felban even doesn't know what it does. He's like,
Yeah.
it just seemed really important.
So the power itself, I want to note. So, if you fail, the power doesn't work, you lose D2 HP, and you become dizzy for the next hour. During this time, powers will always fail in the worst possible way. I had you roll on the Arcane Catastrophe table in the moment, because I always do that for any dizziness. But that's not the power's failure, that's your punishment. The power also failed in the worst possible way. What this was gonna be was you were gonna have to contend with Qilnach's ghost on the next floor. That's no longer happening because that ghost is getting wrenched back into the body. Now, this is a fitting thing. The text of the scroll itself says, unmet fate, one creature dead for no more than a week is awakened with terrible memories. So Qilnach, I'll leave this to you for your exact interpretation, but you just spent, in reality, a few seconds, but what felt to you like 20 years as a ghost. So you are now a 33-year-old, you've been a ghost longer than you perceive yourself to have been a boy. And you wake back up in your boy body and you are in so much pain. A lot of your skin is melted off and you have 1 hit point.
I get some scotch.
Better scotch tape that character sheet back together.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Rip your character sheet in half.
No, you gotta play with the ripped character sheet. No
Yeah,
tape. No
absolutely.
tape.
No tape.
Worst
All right.
possible way. Worst possible failure.
I look around. I see you, a skeleton form. Time must have passed.
And you came back as a skeleton to show that time had passed.
You guys came back for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will
I
you
guess we
pay
did.
off my debts?
Nope. Congratulations. They're yours again.
That's 20 more years of interest, child. You hear in the back of your head.
What's the
Incredible.
average lifespan of a Capuchin monkey? Is it 20 years?
I don't think so.
It's
but I
not worst possible way.
don't- What, the monkeys died too?
I think so.
Are they tied to my life?
I think that failure tied them to it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because of how your character's whole backstory works, I think you pulled the same trick twice.
Oh man.
So I think those monkeys paid for Qilnach's life.
Oh no. But we don't know that.
Your characters do not know that yet. We will learn that at an apt point.
Are there any more of those sweet-smelling vials left on the table?
Sweet ones. Roll me a presence check.
Not very lucky.
No.
Yeah.
There are other means of healing, though.
Yeah.
You've yet to use your medicine chest, right?
Yeah, let's use that. I'm gonna use my medicine chest. It stops bleeding and infection and heals D6 hit points.
Oh, nice.
So roll that. So who's this roll for?
Qilnach.
Qilnach.
You get 4 back.
Oh, nice. When was that fall?
What's your full?
6.
6. Cool.
5
so
out
you're
of
at 5.
6?
Yes.
5 out of 6. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
I think I have multiple uses of it, right?
You have presence plus 4, so 6 total uses.
Great. I'll do it again for Qilnach. Oh, thank you. One.
One more, which is all
Yeah,
you
I'm
need.
6.
What's everyone else looking at, like, health-wise?
Not hurt because I sacked my shield.
Yes.
I'm at 7 out of 9, so...
Want to use on your shelf? We're heading into the final floor.
Yep, I will use one on myself. That's a 5.
Nice.
Wish that was on Qilnach instead.
Your skeleton
have
drinks a tincture. It falls comically along your rib bones and heals up the cracks. No bones about it.
No bones about it.
I have the worst like blister sunburn of my life. I'm like, ow, 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 ow.
I think in my medicine kit, there are definitely bandages. I bandage you up. And I look at you, and I look at Felban. You're both bandaged.
Oh, maybe you two are related after all.
That was the alchemist, I think. Where is he? He'll pay.
Probably up one more floor. It's not too late to do the canon idea from last episode.
It's so loud.
Yeah, it's still boomingly loud in here. Yes.
You've had a tough day. I can carry the lantern if you want.
No.
All right, all yours, all yours, champ.
I guess we sadly walk up.
Yeah, we'll go up. I'm gonna dual wield now. I'm gonna take my bear staff in one hand and my crowbar in the other.
I love it.
I don't think it gives me any mechanical advantage. It just sounds cool.
What's our marching order going into the final room?
I guess I have the lantern. I'm going first. The bandaged mummy boy.
Mummy boy up first. I think big strong in the
Yeah,
middle.
in the
and
middle.
I'll carry the rear.
You still got your shield, right?
Bones in
Yeah.
the back.
Lucky.
Bones
Love it.
in the back.
Bones in the back.
Yeah.
You head up.
You'll be the tailbone.
Ah.
Look, I'm cooking right now. I've
Let
had
him
at
cook.
least.
Alrighty.
I've had several, and at least like one of them was okay.
Yeah.
So y'all enter the final floor, heading up the stairs and opening the door to a truly cacophonous scene. A noxious, shockingly awful smell, an ear-splitting churn of a great and terrible mechanical contraption. Smoky haze fills the entire chamber. You see Nagel Krat, the alchemist himself, the medicine man. He is in the process of shoving what looks like a human corpse into one side of this great and terrible mechanical monstrosity. What the fuck? The head's already in, and it's like shoulders deep, and currently crawling out of the other side, a little too far to be this same person, but maybe the last body he shoved in. You see a fresh set covered in soot and slime, crawling its way out of the grinder that makes them.
I point my little wrapped finger and I say, collusion!
Oh, incredible. There is a cavalcade of sets within here, and one of them towers over the others. A real bastard of a set, huge, heavy set with a huge grisly butcher's knife in his hand and a snaggle-toothed smile. He stands heads and shoulders over his set's brethren, a relisher of chaos and cruelty. He points and looks back to Nagel and says, "Aye, boss, you expecting guests?" And Nagel looks up and he says, "Oh, no. Ew.
Dude, the fuck?
The fuck? You're supposed to be back at the store.
We got attacked!
That's what I'm paying you for." And in the corner of the room, cowering away, you see the kind of hunkered down body kind of sitting atop the pile of human corpses, barely holding on to life and bleeding heavily, still clutching the pearl in its grip. The set that brought you here, the set whose death will finally free you from this curse. But we got a few other guys in this room. Let's have one last initiative roll, please.
When you say a few, how many is a few? How many are we looking
So
at?
there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the bastard, plus Nagel.
You know, I'm starting to think that cannon idea. was-
Yeah, I'm saying we run.
Yeah, I think we hey, we loaded up that cannon.
We loaded up that cannon, baby.
So let's super fucking run away.
So D6 plus agility for your initiative.
I got
7.
7.
Whoa. 3.
Nice. 3.
4.
4. Alrighty. Felban, you are up absolutely first. You go ahead of everybody.
I knew it was a good idea. I'm gonna spit in the face of the closest goblin and book it down the stairs.
Okay. Are we kind of all in on this plan of
Yes,
turn tail and
yes.
run? Okay. I'm not gonna bother even running such a sequence in initiative, save for the fact that there are a few who would get to go and take a gun at y'all
Yeah.
before that happens. So you're already fleeing down the stairs.
Yeah, can I hawk Loogie at one of them first?
Who are you hawking a loogie at? One of the freshborns, or the bastard, or Nagel himself?
I think it's got
Bastard.
the big boy. I think we wanna hawk Loog at.
Hawk a loogie at him.
All right. Damn it! It's 5 plus 2. It's a 1 off.
7, not quite enough. The loogie misses.
My poor spew. Well, still fleeing down the stairs.
Alrighty. The bastard is first after you as he charges forward, insulted by the spitting of the loogie. And he is going to take a swing with his knife at you. He barrels right past the skeleton and the wispy boy and takes a cleaving strike at you. Mon frere.
Ooh.
Defense, please.
19 on the 21.
Easily ducked under as you huck your way through the alchemical floor. One more newborn is able to crawl forward and take a bite at one of the two of you. It's gonna be Qilnach.
Okay, so I roll agility.
Yes.
That is going to be 12.
12. Attacks and defense are 14, even against the fresh ones. So that will be a hit.
Okay.
Yikes, for 4 damage. Ouch. And Arvent, you're booking it as well?
Yep, roll them bones.
Get the heck out of here. Beautiful.
Super fucking runaway.
Super freaking runaway, dude. One more of them gets to go before the final fleeing commences. Also targeting you. Qilnach is the only remaining valid target in the room. One more agility check for Qilnach, please.
That is going to be 16.
16 avoids. You are booking it. And y'all are down the stairs before the remainder can follow. At least follow immediately, but we have well established that Set are very quick creatures.
Yeah.
So instead of running this through a kind of annoyingly granular initiative run, what I'm going to have this be is a series of agility checks for the speed of your recourse. And at top of the round, we're basically going to see how, depending on how well you do, and depending on what you do in every floor you run through, that will affect the DR. So I think, Felban, you'll set the pace, because you're the one who's at the top of the order.
Yes.
So you'll be the one who establishes the route through the room.
Okay.
And what is done in the rooms to possibly impede the following. You will set the DR for the team.
He's gonna look at the squad and say, get the torch ready. And as I got one more spit, and this guy I know is on me. Can I spit at the big guy one more time and then book it?
Alrighty. Well, you get D2 per combat, so roll a D4 and see if you have a second spit.
Oh, I thought it was just 2 per
It's
combat.
D2 per combat. We'll see how spitty you are. We'll see how lubed up your loogie is.
It's odds, so
You're all
only
spit out.
one. Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't.
but you are fleeing down into the
Try as fuck,
laboratory.
boy.
Okay. Oh, I'm fleeing down to the lab. Can
Yeah.
I want to pick up a vial of the dark liquid.
Okay.
And I
Huck it behind you,
Yeah.
like over the heads of your allies.
Yeah, if possible. Like I'd like to pick up the dark liquid, wait as long as I feasibly can for them to pass, and then hold my nose and close my eyes and huck.
Love it. Okay, that will lower the DR for their agility tests and raise yours, but a successful presence test here will lower for everybody's. Yours will still be the highest.
All right. It's 7.
With a 7, you're a little too quick on the trigger. I'm gonna need all of you to test toughness.
That's a 9.
14.
14.
16.
You're good. 12 was the DR for this. So 2 of you are fine, but Qilnach is stunned by the blast of wafting foul smell.
I'm killing him.
I'm
killing our boy.
So Qilnach, you are going to sustain some damage first, and then you'll have a high DR agility test to get out.
Yeah.
It still goes off, so it's still going to lower the agility DRs for y'all. So agility test for both of you first.
10.
18.
18. No damage for you. You stuck behind to kind of do this. I think you did at least wait until Arvent was past you, and also you're a skeleton, so who cares about smell anyway? You're not a smeleton. You get out with no damage. You do get clipped by one of them for 4 damage minus your resistances.
Only minus 1. Yeah.
Alrighty. You then managed to make it out of there. You are going to sustain 2 attacks for a total of 5 damage.
And for the second time in this campaign, Qilnach died.
Wait, how much health do you have?
2.
You have 2. The stun is too much. Qilnach is overtaken in the swarm.
In
Ripped into
quarters.
That feels about right. Qilnach is completely overtaken in the swarm. But you two are continuing further downstairs, running faster and faster into the now incredibly smoky room of flaming oil. Entering the room, I need DR 12 toughness tests from both of you against the growing fumes.
Ooh. 16.
Can I have another last words?
Sure.
Light it, baby.
Light it, baby.
Light it, baby. I love it.
As the set beset upon me.
Can I take the lantern as they fall?
Yes.
Might be too far behind.
Too far behind.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I got a
your torches.
torch,
You got your torch.
and I rolled a 17 for my toughness.
Beautiful. You're not stunned by the smoke.
It was 16 for me.
16, no stun by the smoke. Arvent, you're the first one in this room. Also, it's still a light, like the oil itself. Huge bottle, a huge cauldron of oil, still roiling with fire here in this chamber. You're the one who's going to set the pace here.
All right, I light the torch. I wait for Felban to come through, and then I'm gonna push the vat of fire oil towards where all the set are gonna come down the stairs.
Beautiful. All right, you're going to give me a strength test to see how well you're able to time this.
No, you
'Cause
lost
it's a
the muscle.
big, heavy thing. Or do you want to help
I-
at the cost of a raised agility DR to escape and lower the strength DR for our Skeleman?
Damn, I do.
Or are you booking it?
It's I'm lazy and conflicted.
But have you not
but
had an arc?
I think you know what? I have.
You can see this character went from a character you
This
couldn't
is-
see any of their face of to literally you can see their pearly white.
And I'm gonna use. Can I use my crowbar to
Crowbar would
if I
help a
crowbar
ton.
like onto the thing and like yank it down?
Yeah.
If I like hook it on the ridge to help like spill it.
Yeah, I'll do you one better. You can use a crowbar for its intended purpose and do it underneath and wedge.
Gorgeous.
And that'll make it a very low DR. So
Gorgeous.
Which of you has the higher strength modifier?
I'm a 0.
You should roll it.
All right, you're the one with the crowbar. Roll it.
All right, here we go, baby. 10.
10 was the new DR with the help and the crowbar. It went from 14 down to 12 with 2 people down to 10 with the crowbar. 10 does it. You upend it. Many sets just perish in the flames, but you both continue to run down the stairs. I will need agility tests from both of you still, and it's the same DR for both of you at 12.
15.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, you are out of there, and you are going to have a lower DR on whatever you do down there. I'm gonna say it. You're out of there first. You're grabbing the torch.
Okay.
Drop the crowbar, grab the torch, and neither of you take any damage, but following behind you, on fire and doesn't care about it, is the bastard, surging forth as a few of his minions still scamper behind him, chittering their way through the flames as y'all head down to the very ground floor.
Cannon position tactically.
Cannon position tactically, 2
Short
cannonballs
wick.
loaded.
Today's been absolutely fucked.
I'm gonna need
Light it up, baby.
the final presence test of this session. DR is lowered, but it's all about timing. You're looking at the length of the wick. You're looking up the stairs. You're seeing the bastard approaching. Your blood runs cold. Can you time it just right?
Can I roll one of Qilnach's dice?
Yeah, baby.
Roll the bones, baby.
You hear no whistle of the wind, a cry of the monkey. 3 of them, really. You hear, whine it, baby.
I'm gonna roll just in front of the table. 8 plus 2 is 10.
Which, with the lowered DR, both from your ability and from the nat 20 before, 10 was the DR for this final roll. And the fact that it's with an 8, the incredibly cursed number that's so doomed Qilnach for a period of time, you light the fuse at the last possible moment. There is an ignition within, and 1 roll remains. What happens when you load 2 cannonballs?
This could still absolutely blow up in our face.
3 is normal. The answer is no different than 1 cannonball if you rolled in the middle. And 1 cannonball, as we have established, is instant death. The bastard is raising up its now flaming butcher's knife in the air, a grisly smile of so many beautiful, perfect teeth that get blown to smithereens. No! As the light flashes and a boom issues forth. Where the bastard was is now literally a pair of smoking feet and nothing else, as the bastard and what few set remained behind him are blasted to oblivion by the 2 cannonballs. The wall of the mill is taken out right here near the foundation, and we have established there is some very heavy machinery upstairs. The whole building buckles, starts to crack and crumble. And from outside, you hear a feeble... And in a room so completely filled with smoke, you would otherwise have no way to escape, the dying gasps of the 3 monkeys guide you past the barricade to the door and to your escape, as the last of the set and the grinder that made them and the evil, evil man in this evil, evil world who was grinding out these awful creatures for more profits crumbles and collapses in an inferno of dust and smoke. This has been Tiny Table. Thank you all for listening.
Hey, yo, Arvent, you trying to bone?
Oh, terrible. Have a good night, everybody. Holy cow.
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode, and if you could leave a review, that would be amazing. If you have an idea for a TTRPG we should play, feel free to email us at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com. And while you're at it, follow us on our socials to see art from the episode, updates, and any other goofs and gaffes we may come up with. Our full list of socials is in the episode description. See you later.